Hello, everyone. This is Jess from Soul Star Healing and Tarot. I hope you're doing great. Today's reading is going to be a collective reading about working with our shadow self and our higher self. So, we're going to be working with the Oracle, the Secret Language of Darkness, which is working with our shadow aspects. And we're going to be working with an Oracle from the Secret Language of Light, which is our higher self. So I will be pulling tarot with this, whatever card comes out from this oracle, and I'll be pulling tarot out for whatever card comes out with this oracle. And it will basically show us here with the secret language of darkness, what our challenges are right now, and with the secret language of light, what our strengths are right now in our healing process. And then after that, I'll be doing advice from spirit and one more oracle from the dream song oracle. So let's get going and see what is the shadow aspect of ourselves we want to be focusing on right now. Spirit, may we have one card, please? Okay. Okay, intimacy, shadow, beyond fear to connection. Okay. And before I pull tarot on this, for some reason today when I walk my dog before I read, I was getting a very strong energy towards the Two of Swords and the Hanged Man. I'm not sure if those will come out, but that's what I was just contemplating the meanings and energies of those cards while I was walking the dog. So I'm going to read the book on this after we pull tarot. I'm going to pull the light card as well. Spirit. One card to show us what is the energy of our higher self right now. Spirit's being very decisive today and quick. You are the universe. Okay, that's beautiful. It's a very beautiful card. Okay, so let's get into our shadow aspects here. And also, I'm a little of a tough love tarot reader, so I just say things very straightforward and acknowledge that we're all a work in progress. And just because we're challenged with something within ourselves doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with us. We just can't change what we don't acknowledge. So, please keep that in mind while I'm explaining what's going on here in our shadow aspects. Okay, Spirit. Okay. Three more cards of guidance, Spirit. Okay. Okay. Very interesting. Okay. I'm going to do like a little pyramid. So I'm going to do 4 cards, 3 cards, 2 cards, and 1 card. Okay. 3 more cards, please, Spirit. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. This is already very interesting. Just bear with me while I get these cards out because this is really good information. 2 cards, please, Spirit. Oh, 1 more card here, Spirit. Okay, and a final card, Spirit. Thank you. Ho, 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 ho. Okay. All right. Let's do this. Four of Pentacles is the first card. Okay. So, especially with the intimacy shadow there, this is a very important card. Okay. We're blocking our energy here. We're protecting ourselves. We don't trust that things outside of us are stable, trustworthy, dependable, that we need to block our energy and keep ourselves protected in order to feel safe. Okay. Not very good for us because that keeps us in a low vibration. And it's in this particular card, it's not in all four of Pentacles cards. Sorry, I'm just trying to move the cards so you're not getting the glare there. She is actually chained at the feet. It's almost like the Devil card. Okay. So we are in fear, not feeling safe, and keeping ourselves stuck and imprisoned in this state of fear, which is completely keeping us in a low vibration. King of Cups. Okay. This is, again, because these cards will all be read in their reverse, even if I put them all in the upright. So any cards that are a challenge will be read in the upright, and any cards that are not necessarily challenging will be read in the reverse. So this King of Cups, this is, again, in the reverse, lacking emotional maturity. Okay. And this could be somebody that has been around us, that's been an influence on us, or this could be something that we have as a defense mechanism. Okay. In situations of challenge, we don't know how to manage our emotions, and we become, instead of being a leader and an emotionally mature, in our masculine energy, especially, we can become very unstable in our emotions. And there might be people around us that are looking at us to be a leader in the emotional realms, in the emotional states, whether it be children or family or friends. And because we're in this state of fear, we're very easily emotionally triggered. Okay. We're not able to step into that masculine energy and take control of situations that create emotional imbalance, which is in everybody's life. Okay. We don't necessarily have to create it. It can be presented to us. I'm going to take these cards together because now we have the sun and moon right next to each other. Okay. Really being in this, this would, in the upright, it would be more of a balance, but this is an unbalance of knowing what we want, having doubts about whether or not we are worthy, whether we deserve to be happy, fear of the unknown, fear to investigate things about ourselves and possibly people around us further, because we may not really want to know the truth. Okay. So we keep ourselves in this state of our shadow instead of allowing ourselves to move into the sun energy where we are free. Okay. The sun also has the child here. That can be some inner child issues that need to be dealt with. And there's another card here which will signify that again. So definitely, for us in the shadow collectively, there's some inner child work to do. It's very important when we're doing our shadow work that we accept the parts of us that we don't like. Okay. Because those are the most important things to work on. For myself, personally, just, to be fair, and I'm not going to just point the finger at the collective, things for me are, I have a very difficult time not going into anger when situations aren't working with ease. I get very annoyed and frustrated quickly. So that's something I have to work with. That comes from my root chakra. So there may be a very important need for us to be working on that root chakra at this time. Okay. And that reaction for me is fear of not having control over a situation. Okay. And those are the types of things that this moon card represents. What is actually the root of our fears? Okay. So anger is sadness, anger is fear of lack of control. Anger is fear of lack of trust. Okay. And it's keeping us from really reaching this point of true happiness and freedom in our life. So we really need to look at what is the root, what's in the deepest depths of us, of ourselves, causing this fear. Okay. This fear, the intimacy shadow. And here we have the Page of Swords. Okay. This is represented by the throat chakra and the crown chakra. Okay. And it's very, to me, this would be that we have blocked that crown chakra and that throat chakra because we're not grounded right now. Okay. So we're not even accessing the information and help from spirit that they would like to be bringing us right now. They're sending it, but we're not, the antenna's not tuned in. Okay. So this can also be negative self-talk about your future, about new things you have interest in, telling yourself that, you can't move forward in this situation or a new situation because you're not good enough. You don't have the skills. What if something bad happens? A lot of negative self dialogue, which is really coming from being with that root chakra ungrounded, and also some solar plexus work as well. And it also, with the throat chakra, will be affecting how we communicate with ourselves and others. Okay. And again, like I said, it's also not allowing spirit to send us the that internal guidance that they want to be sending us. They Let me correct that. It's not that they're not sending it. Our antenna is not tuned in. It's not able to receive the messages. Six of Cups, the inner child. Okay. It's also the exchange of very pure, true love. And it's going to go back to that King of Cups. Okay. Because if we can't master our emotions and how we give and receive love, it's going to affect our relationships. Okay. However, going back to the Sun card, this is also our inner child. So there's some healing that really needs to, obviously, with this many cards out, a lot of the chakras are going to be involved, but especially with this, it's the heart chakra, but it's the heart seed chakra, which is the chakra right between the solar plexus and the heart chakra. It resonates at lime green. And this is the first of all, some of the wounds we bring in from other lifetimes, from our ancestors, from womb trauma. If our mother was under a lot of stress while we were in the womb, we pick up that energy, and it plants itself in that heart seed chakra. And without us realizing it, it affects how we give and receive love in our adult life. So very much a time to focus on that inner child, that heart seed chakra, and how in moments where, it doesn't feel like we can be trusting of that emotional give and take, right? Like you see here, giving and receiving love. How much of that is coming from our own negative self-talk that we don't deserve it. Okay. So it'd be very good for us to really focus on where we're blocking our ability to receive it. Doesn't necessarily mean people aren't giving it to us or that they don't want to give it to us. We're having an intimacy shadow. Okay. So we are, whether we realize we're doing it or not, through our talk, our internal talk, how we're dealing with other people, our actions, we're blocking it. We're blocking it here with this Four of Pentacles. The Death and the Moon there, right? Very, very important energies. Again, this is about going in Scorpio energy, investigating what it is in ourselves that is at the root of the problem and confronting it and letting it go. Okay. The things happening on the surface are not the problem. Our internal, deep belief system about ourselves is the issue. And we can keep cleaning up, you know, the gutters around the house, but the basement, the basement is where the real important healing is going to happen. So it's like, for lack of a better term, it's like, you know, cleaning up the outside of your house and having a beautiful garden and all of that, and then you go into the inside of the house and it's a mess. We need to really look at what is the cause. And in this particular reading, I do believe it goes back to the inner child, and it goes back to possibly some past life clearing or some ancestral clearing. Okay, there might be some cord cutting that needs to happen to release some things that we're carrying with us from childhood or energetic pasts. Okay, but it's time to confront them and let them go, because we always know with the Death card here, they're not serving us. Okay, that's why we need to let them die, and we need to let them transform into positivity and higher vibration. And here we have the King of Pentacles. Again, this could be another masculine figure that has to do with your childhood. The King of Cups here would be represented by Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. The King of Pentacles would be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So that could be somebody that's influenced your experience here in this lifetime. Okay. And this could also be issues that have come from some of these wounds that in our shadow that we want to be healing, that doesn't allow us to believe in our ability to provide stability, safety, and security for ourselves and others, right? Because the king, that energy is very much, other people depend on the kings. Okay. So if he's not in alignment, he doesn't just cause issues for himself, he causes issues for other people. All right. He's a leader, he's a king. So, and again, kings are connected to the solar plexus. So there might be some things we need to work out in our belief system about ourselves. And then there was one other thing I was going to say about him, and it just slipped my mind, but I'll hopefully it will come back to me. But are we feeling, oh, I know what I was going to say. There's definitely something here about working on our masculine energy. Okay. Being able to not get in our heads and our lack of self-belief, so we can start taking actions in our emotional life and in our physical life. Okay. In our earthly daily experiences, whether it be a job, whether it be feeling like we can, I do this to myself all the time, and it's a really bad thing to do. I live on an island, and it's like a resort area, and it's pretty affluent. And when I'm walking the dog through the neighborhoods, I'm just looking at all of these like beautifully restored homes, and they're all Victorian and gorgeous and amazing. And I'm like, oh, that's beautiful. I'll never have one of those. That's exactly what that negative self talks. The King of Pentacles in the upright would never say that. He'd be like, I'm going to work hard, and it may not be that house, but I can, if I want to have a beautiful house of my own, I can. And we need to watch ourselves when we're speaking to ourselves in ways that tell us that we can't be the leader of our pentacles. We can't be our own King of Pentacles for ourselves. Okay. 10 of Wands. We're working harder, not smarter, and we're burdening ourselves with so much more than we need to based on our belief about ourselves. Okay? It's really just a matter of changing the way we think about things. That's a lot that really sets us free. There's probably a lot of other ways to carry this bundle of wands than over your head with your arms like that, right? It looks like it's balancing on our head too. There might be a cart. There might be, using some string and dragging it might be easier. This is all of our creativity and our passion and our inspiration, okay? We're using it the wrong way. We're using it against ourselves. We're not using it to ignite our fire, and we're not using it to find our highest excitement. And it's time to contemplate and really think about how we can take all this energy and put it to good use, because this is not using our energy wisely. And the last card we have here, and this is in this deck, okay? It's not in every deck. The self. It's a mirror, okay? I mean, I don't even think I need to speak about what this is saying to ourselves in our shadow, but it's time to take a very long, hard look at ourselves and accept ourselves for where we're at and not be judgmental. Okay. We're going to go through our higher self aspects that are helping us right now and supporting us. So we'll be able to see that. But if we don't acknowledge our thought processes and the decisions we're making, and especially our self talk and how that's holding us back, we can't change it. Okay. We can't improve it. So Spirit is asking us right now to take a good long look at ourselves and look at where we are creating this burden for ourselves. Okay. And it's time to heal that. And it's going to be different for each and every single one of us. I do think the inner child for the majority of us is going to be a big part in this. And I do believe our masculine energy about believing in ourselves from an emotional standpoint and that freedom of our heart space and not putting a cage around it and acting a little irrationally sometimes because we don't trust, and also our belief that we can provide. Okay. It may not be the house on the hill with the turret and 6 acres of land, but we can absolutely face our fears and start to move forward in a way in which we provide for ourselves. And we are the person that we rely on with absolute trust. Take the look, long look, and give this person in the mirror some compassion. Let me get the book on this card. And I know this is going to be a long reading. Hopefully you have time to listen to it all, but I want some of my readings to be about our spiritual growth because that is my area of interest. So, okay, let's read this. Intimacy shadow, beyond fear to connection. Some people seem to flow with the tides as friendships, relationships, and lovers move in and out of their lives. For others, being open to intimacy can take courage, and each meeting and parting can start up a roller coaster of insecurity. Wounds of rejection or abandonment can run deep and cause the bearer to build walls around their heart to protect them from pain. Right. This card is a message that any walls you have around your heart will soon be shifting so you can dismantle them and begin to create the relationships you have always desired. Once the barriers soften and fall away, you will be able to hear the wisdom of your love language, the voice of your heart. These whispered blessings of support and acknowledgement will build your confidence and capacity to give and receive love. Relationships can be rich, passionate journeys into the profound truth of who you are. Through them, you can see yourself through another's eyes. They can reveal areas of yourself that you can embrace or heal. Vulnerability is not weakness. The more you let people in, the stronger you become, regardless of the outcome. In time, trust may be broken or strengthened, Either way, intimate relationships can heighten your experience of life. It is all part of the learning process. Relax. You are discovering the type of relationship you desire with yourself and others. Let love in. Okay? Beautiful message. I absolutely need to hear that myself. Um, I spend most of my time with my dog and my cat and friends, but definitely not putting myself out there in the dating scene. So now we've gone through the shadow. We're going to go into the light and we're going to see the aspects of our higher self that are either we're improving, we're on the cusp of improving, but these are the high vibrational energies that are available to us right now. And some of them we've actually earned through our healing work. Spirit, 3 cards, please. I'm sorry, 4 cards. That was a lie. 4. Okay. I said 3 and they gave me 3, and now they're like, going to make me work for the 4th card. 1 more card, please, Spirit. Beautiful. Oh, wow. This is good, good, good. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. I get excited for us. Okay, 3 cards, please. Oh my God, this is amazing. Okay. Two cards, please, Spirit. I don't know if I should. I'm taking this one. It was out enough. Okay. 1 more card, please, Spirit. Yes. This is amazing. Okay. There's literally not one challenge card at all. In our higher selves, 9 of Pentacles. Okay. This is absolute self belief. That solar plexus is completely in alignment. We believe in ourselves. We're producing abundance and beauty. All of our hard work is paying off. The most important thing about this is the self belief. Okay. We can provide ourselves as much abundance and beauty as we wish. Okay. And the universe is really acknowledging this work, the hard work on yourself that's paying off. And this doesn't have to be, a home or fancy clothes or a new car. This can be just the energy you feel for yourself that allows you to just find the beauty all around you. Okay. Amazing. Amazing. Love it. The higher self here, finding its highest excitement. Okay. Not being afraid to start new things, not being afraid to grow, right? Wands always have growth on them. Okay. Being open to learning about new things, having curiosity, having the passion to investigate that curiosity, taking this from the shadows, taking this new step to what lights my fire. What is it that I haven't been doing because I haven't had the belief in myself, um, and having that fear and holding my energy back? This is an energy card. It's a wand. What do I do now that I have done the work to believe in myself, to keep my fire burning? Okay. Newness, and also throat chakra, sacral chakra. This is talking to yourself in ways of excitement and whatever your passions are and whatever makes you feel charismatic. This is such positive conversation with yourself as opposed to that blockage with the Page of Swords. Okay, sorry, I just had to remember the cards that were out there. What do we have here? Ten of Cups. We are really in an energy where our absolute happy ending is available to us. Okay, keep working with that higher self. Okay, and when those shadow feelings come up, remember this is available to you. Okay, whatever it is with the Ten of Cups, that is your happily ever after. If it's meeting someone and having a relationship and you know, having children and building a home and a life together, that's wonderful. If it's this is my 10 of cups right now, me with my dog and my cat. Okay, that's my 10 of cups. It doesn't always have to be a happy family. You know, find out what it is for you that is your 10 of cups. And anytime you feel like you're going into that shadow aspect, remember, if I challenge myself right now to work with my higher vibrations, this is what's at the other end of it. All right. High Priestess. So amazing to be in this full trust of yourself, the unknown. That moon card is not there anymore. We're not too afraid to confront ourselves and look into the depths of ourselves, afraid of what we're going to find. When the high priestess finds that, she can see the spiritual aspects of that. Okay. She doesn't look at it with fear. She loves the unknown. She loves deep diving into emotions and thoughts in all the aspects of life. All right. And she's not only able to guide herself with that intuition and that connection to that very high vibrational energy, she also is able to be a guide, an oracle for others. Okay, she's the master of intuition and trust in the divine and the universe and all the things that happen to us in our lifetime, even when they seem like they're not in our favor. Okay, complete connection to your intuition and trust, especially for the things you don't know for certain. Okay, we're not using our thoughts to work against us anymore. We're trusting them, and we're allowing that unknown to make us a very strong, high vibrational version of ourselves. Ace of Cups. So now what's available to us where we had an intimacy shadow? This beautiful gift of high vibrational, divinely guided love. Okay? The universe is going to match your energy always. If you're in fear, more things that are in vibration with fear come at you. But when you are in this place of believing in yourself and working hard to earn the abundance that you're seeking, the universe brings it to you tenfold. Okay? Beautiful, divinely guided love. Guess who else showed up? The sun. Okay? Now the sun is here. We're not looking at the shadows as conflicts and challenges anymore. We're looking at our shadows as opportunities for us to grow. And what happens when we take that opportunity and use it? We get all the growth here. See, all those flowers are blooming. Our inner child is free. We're not held back. Complete joy, complete optimism, radiance. You become radiant. Guess who else showed up? The Six of Cups again. Okay, that inner child again, right next to the Sun card. The inner child is going to really receive a lot of peace from your healing. And I personally, in meditation one day, had a moment that I was not intending to do. And generally, things like that, healing moments in meditation, come to me instantaneously with no planning. And in that, it was guided by a spirit guide about my relationship with my inner child. And in that meditation, and I was sobbing, 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 I was able to set her free. And it took a lot of work to change my behaviors and the way that I handled situations when I wasn't working with my inner child properly. But I did. And my relationship with my inner child, there's so many conditioned responses that I used to have that she developed for me in order to save me and protect me as a child that I don't have to rely on anymore because I trust myself as an adult to do it. When you can confront your inner child and separate, okay, still love your inner child, still nurture your inner child, but when you can let your inner child retire from your adult life, that's when love becomes very true. There's no agenda, okay? Because we're not in fear mode anymore. We're not in protection mode anymore. So we're able to give and receive this pure, genuine form of love, okay? It's absolutely beautiful. Now we have our Queen of Wands. Amazing. Again, with the Sun card here and the Page of Wands, it's amazing to see. So we are working from our heart space. We are working from that sacral chakra. And this is another beautiful thing. The Queen of Wands is the ruler of our gut intuition. She is, and you'll hear this in my readings all the time because it's very important to me. She is the ruler of our gut intuition. She's just as intuitive as the Queen of Cups. It's just with that solar plexus, with the sacral chakra, with those two lower chakras. She knows who she is. She trusts her intuition. She might do it in a little bit more of a fiery way than this silent high priestess. But this is somebody who knows who they are. They're in touch with their heart space. They are able to guide gently in a very maternal, nurturing way themselves and others towards their highest excitement, their highest creativity, all of the things that you would find in this Sun card and this Page of Wands. Okay, but now you're mastering it with the work on your higher self, that you not only can do it for yourself, you can teach other people how to do it for themselves and offer them healing at the same time. Okay. And her wand, her sunflower, there's growth. Sunflowers always face the sun. They always look up to the light. They're always looking to face themselves towards their higher self, their true light. And here we have the Knight of Pentacles. We move forward with a plan. We know where we're going. We know how we're getting there. We know what's going to happen when we get there. So now in places where we might freeze facing the unknown, now we learn that if we start taking some slow steps towards our goals and the things that we would like to accomplish, make some plans, figure out methodically, how do I do this in a way that allows me to feel safe? So now our pentacles are not like that Four of Pentacles blocking our energy. Now we're using our pentacles for our growth and to take action and move towards our happiness and the things that we would like to produce in our life. Okay? Slow and steady wins the race. He's working with his sacral chakra and his root chakra. Okay, so he does this in a very grounded way. That sacral chakra is there. So it may take some creativity, okay? But he's going to move forward no matter what. Last card. Another beautiful gift from spirit and the universe and the divine. The Ace of Swords. Clarity, truth, divine energy here. Okay? This is a victory that just embodies so much integrity and so much clarity, um, and the what's the word I'm looking for? Courage. Okay, the courage to stand up to the truths we have to face. Okay, and we are victorious. We have this. This is beautiful. I couldn't. I haven't done this layout for you guys yet, but I couldn't ask for the first one to be more beautiful than this. So I'm going to move these. Oh, actually, no. We're going to read the "You Are the Universe" card. And if you do like this reading, I'm not going to do them all the time. I might do one a month just to keep the collective up on the on working with our shadow and our higher self. But if you do like this reading, let me know, because of course it's always nice to know that this is something you enjoy, especially since it's a little bit more of a time-consuming reading. Okay, you are the universe. I'm just going to move that closer because I know in this card, this angel up here is very important. Okay. Know the self and know the nature of everything. You are you, and yet you are also the universe. Just like you, the universe is a living entity. It is not a thing or a person that knows everything. It is growing, moving, and reaching forward to experience life in new ways. Wherever or whenever you are, you will always recognize yourself and you will always exist. Play with the idea that the universe, in all its manifestations, peers out through you. It mingles and joins with your energy to see the world through your uniqueness and expands as you do. You are the pioneer of this universal frontier, and the universe needs you to know it in all its forms. If you believe everything is separate, you will want a guide, angel, light being, someone or something outside you who sees you to show you the way. However, everything as one, however, everything is as one and nothing is separate. So nothing is on the outside looking in. The universe sees the wonderment through your eyes, and you see the wonderment in the universe. Become your own authority. Choose to feel good by discovering what makes you laugh, love, and enjoy. Focus on this, and you will create similar manifestations. And whatever you don't focus upon will fall away from lack of attention. Beautiful. I love it. Okay. And this, for some reason, when I read that card, it always reminds me of that saying that I think it's in the Bible somewhere. I'm not a Christian, but I do. I'm a Jesus fan, that the kingdom of God is within you, right? We all have the ability to access the divinity. Okay. We don't need to be in a church. We don't need to be in a religion that from the words of, from Jesus's mouth, that kingdom is available to us at all times. So you can sit by yourself and connect with spirit and connect with the divine and find ways to create that connection for yourself. Let's get a few cards of advice from Spirit. Okay, Spirit, may we please have some cards of advice on this reading and how we should proceed? Okay. Okay. All right. So we're going to start here. Okay. Because it's about choosing our path with this Two of Wands. We all get to a crossroads where we know, and it can just be in a moment. Should I respond this way or respond that way? Okay. That would be using your energy, right? The crossroads of where do I apply my energy? Do I go back to what I know and have this imbalanced response to this situation because I'm in fear and I don't feel like I can control the situation? So I'm going to go into this ungrounded response. No. Now, when things come up that are challenging, we're going to take a step and we're going to try in that moment to look into the future and see which path offers us growth. Do we go with the reactions and things we've been doing that have no longer been serving us, but they're familiar? So we take the easy way out and go in that direction. Or do we look at the potential and the possibilities that come from challenging ourselves to working with our higher self, and sometimes walking away and sometimes taking the high road, okay? But seeing in the future, how does that serve us better? How do we grow from that? And starting to work with ourselves in those crossroads and recognize when the crossroad is there. So more often than not, everybody slips. Okay. Very few people are going through this existence without slipping here and there. Okay. But recognizing it and getting ourselves back on the right path when we do fail. Okay. 9 of Wands. Where have we been stuck in hiding in our fear and being wounded? Hold on. I'm just going to pause this for 1 second because my dog is going to start barking. Okay, sorry. My neighbor just pulled in the driveway and Mr. Nosy Pants stalks the window. Um, so these are our wounds. We have wounds on ourselves, right? We're making a prison for us within our wounds when really all of our wounds were opportunities for us to grow. Okay. So we're not looking at the challenges and the struggles and negative experiences as wounds anymore. We're changing the way we think about that. Every confrontation, every conflict, every challenge is an opportunity for us to change the way we think about it and grow, 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 grow. Just keep growing. Okay. Nothing that happens to us is meant to ever make us feel this way. This is a choice. Okay. Don't choose this for yourself anymore. It's only keeping you stagnant and keeping you from all of the opportunity you saw in our higher self cards that came out. There's so much beauty and high vibrational energy available. So focus on that and don't let yourself be identified by the challenging experiences you've had in your life. It's not going to serve you. And it's only going to keep you from receiving that what's the word I'm looking for? That high vibrational energy that the universe wants to give you because it's mirroring your energy. King of Pentacles, again. Okay. So here we are now. I think this becomes a strength and not a challenge, right? So we're grounding ourselves. We're working on our relationship with ourselves with that solar plexus chakra. And we're trusting ourselves to provide safety and security for ourselves no matter what. Okay. We're not worried about unknowns anymore. Unknowns are just part of life. And we're never going to know what happens 2 weeks from now, tomorrow. We're all this, we're all just in this experiment together. Okay. Don't let it unground you and don't let it, throw your security and sense of self off. You can handle it. You're handling it better than you think already. Okay. If you're here watching this video, you're doing work. So you're already doing better than you think you're doing. Judgment. This is part of our rebirth. This is part of the judgment is very connected to that death card that was in the shadow pile. Okay. This is what happens after we let those parts of ourselves go that have been holding us back, and this is the transformation. Okay, we've gone through the depths of our emotions and the things that we've been disappointed by, we've been hurt by, we've been victimized by, and Archangel Gabriel here is blowing the horn, and we're listening. We're hearing the call of this opportunity to birth a new version of ourselves, to get us out of the casket in that state of just stagnancy. And we're hearing the call. Okay, we're hearing the call of Archangel Gabriel here, that we can do this, and it's our time. It's time to rise up and meet the challenge. Okay, I'm going to get one card from the Dream Song Oracle, and then we will conclude this very long reading. If you're still listening, thank you, and I hope this is super helpful. Okay, Spirit, may we please have one card of guidance for this reading? Okay. Yep. Yep. Totally makes sense here. Brave the journey. Now is the time to journey. Say yes. Explore. And remember, we had that Page of Wands in our higher self pile. It's time for travel, adventure, and the unknown. You travel not to discover new places, but to meet the new you created while experiencing those places. If it's not an outward journey beckoning, turn inward and explore the stunning vistas, lost horizons, and secret forests of the psyche. Living in the mind alone is akin to owning a castle, but restricting yourself to the broom closet. Don't settle for what others have told you of adventure. Pursue your own right now. This is only one way to unfold your myth, and that is to be willing to brave the unknown, right? And I think that's been something that I've said several times, fearing the unknown. I mean, even if it's possible to plan a day trip, just go do something adventurous. Go do something that ignites your passions and fires again, and embrace all of the aspects of your higher self here, and the energy that's available to you every time you make the choice to step into your higher self instead of your shadow. Okay. We saw clearly what the challenges with the shadows are, and that allows us to confront them and to work on them. Now we know also, have fun, enjoy life. We're only here for a short while, and we take it way too seriously and get stuck in our head, in our emotions, in all the wrong ways too often. So I hope this was helpful. If you did like this reading, like I asked earlier, please let me know, because this is a new reading, and I know it's unique to my channel. So I would appreciate that. And I'm also new on YouTube. So if you would like, share, subscribe, any of that good stuff, I'd be so grateful. I hope to see you soon. And as I said, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius readings will be out next week. Okay. Thank you. Bye bye. Have a great day.